okay, we love scrapbooking, we love card making, but there are other ways to use these great products.
Right, and we love paper crafting.
That's what we love most.
Yeah, that's what we love the most. And so today we're really excited to show you 2 new products.
Yes.
With some new techniques and some familiar techniques and supplies to put your paper crafting ideas to use.
So if you're intrigued, come and play with us. We're going to start with this printer's tray, and this comes from 7 Gypsies.
Yeah,
as
this is really cool. I was very intrigued by this when I first saw it.
Now, I love printer trays. I mean, the real printer trays with all the little compartments, they just seem to call for attention. And that's exactly what we've given this.
Right.
It's about 12 by 12.
Right.
It has all of these compartments, so there's a dozen compartments. And they're all the same size.
It's a nice wood surface.
Yeah.
It's it feels like a really heavy quality.
And it's already painted black for you all the way around and on the back side. And on the back of the packaging, they do give you an idea, but we're here to give you more.
Of course. So let me bring in one. And actually, before we dive into each of the compartments, this is the other nice thing about this.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that.
This is what I'm talking about, quality, because you've got a really nice hanger on here.
And it's metal.
And it's metal, and it is on here securely.
Yes, so it's
you can see it's been
fixed at the top,
so that you can hang this on your wall.
And it comes like that, so good, excellent point, Sarah.
Yeah, I look for things like this because, you know, with something like this, you want it to be a top quality product.
Yes, you do. You do. You don't want to put your time into something that's going to fall apart.
No, definitely not.
Now, what's fun about this, as this was created, I think Susan did this. Let's back up a little bit first so we can kind of see that she's used each of these as kind of a window or a mini scrapbook page or a tag. Okay.
Exactly. So she's got a nice smaller surface to work with. So some of these compartments, this one, for example, holds just the photo.
Okay, we'll get in close now and just kind of explore each of these. And not a giant amount of time, but, you know, obviously this is a photograph being placed.
Right. Now, what you could do is, what I would probably do is figure out exactly how much space I have and make a template just with scrap paper so that I know exactly how big I'm cutting. So, photograph of the 2 sisters, and then moving over, we've got dazzles.
That's the floral dazzles, and a little butterfly down there.
Really sweet.
Another little photo, and you can see just a strip of paper, some more dazzles. Another photograph, which balances the photograph on the left-hand side.
And there's a dazzle in here, too.
Oh,
yeah, a little butterfly. And then she's also accented some of the cross sections here
the crossbars
with silk flowers, and this has just been zotted on.
These are the new embossed paper flowers.
They're really nice.
And they're also a phenomenal value, by the way.
Yeah, they are. They are, actually.
Now, going into, this is Little Prince paper that has been used, so the size of them is going to work very nicely in here.
Right.
Blossoms, we've got, again, this is the theme that's going on.
And then moving over here, we've got one of the tags from the from the Little Prince pack, so
that fills that nicely, doesn't it?
Perfectly. Another photograph of the 2 girls.
Look,
and then moving over here,
there's a dazzle on her shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, this is striking.
I really like this technique of having 2 pieces torn, and then you've got a nice balancing act on here.
Another photo, again, this is balancing the one that was on the top left. Another double, which is balancing the one on the top right.
Right.
Grow. So her words are blossom and grow. And another photo. So the 4 corners each have a solid photograph. It's covering most of the space. And then she's balanced them on the inside, so that's an overall look. More flowers right here, too. For a totally different look.
Exactly. Now we're going into a wedding. And I think this would make a smashing gift for the bride and groom, or, you know, to make for an anniversary gift as well.
Yes. Now, what's being used here, and you can see this wonderful color combination, black and white and tan. This is out of Finished in a Flash Wedding.
Right.
As well as the wedding and anniversary silver scrapbooking dazzles.
Now, before we get into the compartments, if we can zoom in up here at the top, because we've used dazzles borders going along the top, and then we've also done it on along the bottom edge.
Wow.
You can see that's popped just right down on there.
So I guess these are 12 inches wide.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got those just affixed right along here. Got a bow up here at the top, tied onto the handle. But if we start going through these compartments again, it's exactly like the one that we just looked at, where you've got a smaller area of, you know, to fill with embellishments, to fill with photographs, as we've got in here with some of those borders.
I like the smaller, I mean, I like the large photo, but I like the small one too. I like seeing these border treatments. Just,
really pretty. And then we've got the Brad Buddies. This is coming from the Finished in a Flash kit.
So this is a die cut out of the Finished Flash. This is the silver wedding and anniversary dazzles.
Beautiful.
Here's a big
I do. And then their date.
That's nice.
Which is wonderful. And then, of course, husband and wife. We've got the die cut on here, and then the larger photo.
And then we've got another. Now the Finished in a Flash wedding has very large swirls, so you can see pieces of these have been used. And there's the shape brad that's always part of the Finished in a Flash.
So what you'll do is insert that brad before you glue this down.
Good point.
In there. Otherwise, you have a bit of a trouble. Now this is Tom and Rachel. So she's got some personalization going on here with their wedding date, as well as their name.
And there we have the family, proudly proclaimed.
Yeah.
Down here, another photo. There's really just four photos in this whole piece. Our wedding day. We've also got a mixture of the dazzles and the brads and the die cuts from the Finished in Flash.
Beautiful.
And then this wonderful, and then again the, isn't that striking? So we'll go back and just, again, get an overall. Very striking. I am so taken with black and white and tan.
Isn't it? It's a nice color combination.
Now we wanted a third look for you, and here is a heritage look.
I love this.
And so that you can see what makes this one up, it's the heritage papers, and of course there's tags and so forth. Also the heritage dazzles.
Pretty.
And the reason why this is important is we'll see in just a second as we explore this.
Yeah, so let's get into this. Let's start up here at the corner, because we've got some unusual things going on our corners. These are dazzles, the dazzle corners, and they have been put up onto cream cardstock and then just trimmed around and secured onto the corners of the frame.
Isn't that nice? That's just a nice way to start the treatment.
Exactly.
Now the keys to the past, this is out of the book. However, the tag is the words keys to the past. That's part of the dazzle package.
Right.
And this is the keyhole from Tim Holtz.
Really pretty. Now it looks like we've included some general family journaling on here.
Look what's happening here, Sarah. This is going, it's bridging. Yeah, it's bridging that area, which I think is a great way to use it. And I think it's very fun. It's happening a little bit over here.
Yeah, we're doing it over here too. So it's interrupted. And she's simply computer journaled that. Yeah. So it looks like she's actually adding, you know, some of the general historical facts
of that era.
Family. Yes.
Now these borders are dazzles.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Isn't that pretty? And then there's another of the heritage paper.
I love the use of the keys as well as the clocks. Yes. And you can see that any of these would be totally applicable, whatever kind of family history you've got.
You're right. I like this on vellum, how it overlays, so you can kind of peek into the other.
Now, cool.
Isn't that neat? 1925 is the era that this is proclaiming. We have, I just love that.
Yeah, I think that
finger pointing is such a great look.
Yeah, and it's definitely indicative of that vintage style.
Now down here, this is the bottom part of that clock right there.
And you can cut them apart. And sometimes you think, well, it's a whole item, so I need to use the entire thing. Right. But obviously, you can trim them apart.
And again, she's got birthdays over there. This is a very neat treatment. I've not ever seen this done before.
Yeah, looks great.
Yeah, it's about a 1-inch wide paper that's been matted, and it's spanning these bottom three.
Right, spanning the three of those.
And the treasures of yesterday, another hand pointing in.
Right.
That's all from the dazzles.
Yeah, maybe if we can zoom out just quickly, because one thing that
we're just never happy, John. In or out? What do we want?
If we can look at this finger pointing in this way, this one going in this way.
Excellent.
So another thing to keep in mind. But we've also balanced Keys to the Past, which is the headline up here, with Treasures of Yesterday down below. So a really nice balancing
and
collection.
No photographs.
No, although you certainly could.
Yes, right.
Absolutely could.
Now, a great way to, again, use your paper crafting techniques and supplies, save those albums and memories.
Yeah, and I think this heritage one would be really pretty to do with different photos of different family members.
I think you're right.